Hello and welcome to the first edition of a Garbage sketchbook walkthrough. Let's get started. As you can see, it's an A4 size sketchbook. It's ring bound because I like ring bound sketchbooks. I like it when my sketchbook can lay flat without having to press on it. And I have yet to find a non-ring bound sketchbook that can do that. It's Taylor-Rowney's Cachet series sketchbook, 160 grams per square meter, so it tolerates watercolor pretty well without being outright watercolor paper. And let's open it up. I start my sketchbooks off with a small introductory sketch, so just to say a little hi for anyone who happens to be browsing it. And of course contact information. Just let me know if you find it. And this is a page for an art trade that I made via... You see, I am a member of the ACO First Exchange group on DeviantArt. It's a bit difficult to write down, so this is what it's like. And the idea is to trade those little cards called ACOs, 2.5 times 3.5 inch cards, less big. And this is a trade, sketches for a trade that I made with Wolfgriff. And as you can see from here, the paper tolerates watercolor pretty well. And this is a thumbnail page. I have a lot of thumbnail pages. I even give them a little blue tab so that I can easily find them if I need to. But the idea of these pages is that I can just doodle my idea here, test it out, and then draw it later. It's like a tiny playground of ideas. And these ideas later become finished drawings, like you can see here. This is a trade that I made with, simply a sketch that I made for Hariel at Nordic Foscon. Let's start it from this thumbnail. This is a sketch that I made for Day. Started from this one. This is a commission that I made for Rain or Shine. Started from this sketch. And this is a trade that I made with Psyche in a Finnish Fermit. Started with this sketch. And thumbnails are absolutely essential to my work. I am a big coward and I cannot absolutely start drawing without a thumbnail. Just does not happen. I have to make a tiny little preliminary sketch first. That's kind of sad. I would like to have the courage and the ability to just jump into a sketch, but I really don't. This is just a still life sketch on the ferry to Stockholm when I was going to Nordic Foscon. I thought I would do several of these still life sketches because I had plenty of time on the ferry, but then I just didn't feel like it. These are silhouette sketches of my mechanical dragon-like things. Just a little test to see how their different silhouettes work. Like you can see how the gi has this really pronounced area between the ribcage and the pelvis. I don't know what this area is, while others are kind of thicker there. And how their wing profiles are very different from sort of normal wings to pretty much no wing. And the way they hold their heads very different in profile. Like I specifically took inspiration for a camel for this one. The way they hold their heads kind of low. This is the second page. As you can see, I have trouble naming my characters. There's just a lot of question marks here. Sadly. And these are sketches for Telegram stickers. I have trouble with expressions, sadly, so I never finished those. Which is a shame, because I would like to have my own Telegram stickers one day. It's nice using the now and then Telegram links pack, but you know, gotta have your own stickers too. These are just some generic sketches of Guy. Swooshy swooshy dragon boy. These are sketches for potential navigational banners for Furwester, a German furry convention, but I never ended up working with them, so you won't be seeing my art there. This is the snow leopard character being a bit rowdy, you know, get wrecked. And of course the dragon character, who should know better, is being very encouraging, very irresponsible. And this is the deer character being a bit melodramatic, perhaps. They for sure will not shout "get wrecked" at you. As you can see, I typically do not fill both sides of the page. I typically draw only on one side, even though typically my drawings are not so messy that they would smudge the other side. I just don't feel like using both sides. Okay, this is one rare instance where I have practically finished a drawing in my sketchbook. I typically don't. I typically like do a pretty rough sketch in my sketchbook and then draw the rest of the sketch in, well, digitally. But this is one instance where the sketch would work on its own too. And yes, it had to be censored for YouTube because nudity. This is a series of sketches for a comic, a little Titanfall 2 fan art. If you have seen Titanfall 2, the next page should make it pretty obvious which part I'm doing a fan art for. Yes, yeet the links. This is something that I'm planning to do for Nordic FOSCON. I'm doing volunteer art for Nordic FOSCON because I like doing art for conventions. I like doing useful art like that. And of course it's a secret for now, so you can't see it. These are world building sketches for the mechanical dragon-like thing world, and these are basically drones that protect the mothership that the dragons all huddle in. As the little text here says, bat plus pterodactyl plus laser turret plus jet engine gets you this little mongrel. This is just a little portrait of yours truly. This was actually made because I wanted to do a fur study and figured a portrait would work pretty well. But I did not end up using this one, really. This is a series of sketches that, once again, for the ACO Furs Exchange group, and ended up being this drawing here for Susi Routa, a Finnish artist. Their character having a little song. A second portrait sketch for the first study. I didn't really like this one, so I didn't finish it. Another thumbnail page. This one, the one in the top left, you can see, is this one. It hasn't been finished yet, but eventually I'd like to. Some dragons, some other characters, and you'll see this one later. These are sketches for the Finnish fur convention, Finfur Animus. The theme of the convention was Finnish mythology this year. So you can see a lot of Finnish terms for various things like luonto, the spirit, and revontulet, which is the Finnish term for northern lights. And this is the thing that I actually ended up painting too. The sketch here ended up as this painting here, of a fox running across the landscape and the sparks from its tail igniting the sky. Because, you know, that's how northern lights work. Didn't you know? Now we do. This is just a cuddle sketch of big lioness girlfriend. Big strong lioness girlfriend. I just drew a palette here and nothing more. This is the deer character we saw from before. They are very much not in the mood for your bullshit. And very much in need of caffeine. This is one of my dragon characters, Urogalum. Just being a little happy smiley boy. More thumbnails, more. A little dragon sketch thingy. I just felt like drawing a dragon in watercolors because, you know, sometimes you just have to do it. And this is what I believe the children call a big mood. And this is what it ended up being. A owl bear, no, not owl bear, owl cat being placated by a can of tuna. You know, your average everyday D&D adventures. These are some arm studies of my persona's big chunky arm. This is just a cutesy little dragon sketch. This is more sketches of the big, strong lioness girlfriend. I like big, strong ladies, haven't you noticed? Well, now we do. Big, strong lioness girlfriend giving a hug. Did I mention that she's strong? Well, I'm gonna mention it again, because she is strong. And she's not afraid to use it. And she is highly supportive of your fitness goals. And this is it. The last page of my sketchbook is typically just a stack of ideas. These these will mean nothing to you, but they're meant as the titles of the sketches I intend to finish eventually. Like. Yeah, like the World Skipper was a collection of drawings of this oh, how embarrassing. Of a serpentine space eel ship thingy, which I called a world skipper because it skips across worlds. But yeah, this has been my sketchbook walkthrough. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.